Hello my friends, welcome back to the custom bike video series I'm putting together showing you how to build a bike step by step. And in this step we're going to install the pedals on the bike. So I'll need my pedals obviously, and I'm going to need a few tools. I'm going to do it in both ways. You'll either need a pedal wrench or an Allen key depending on the kind of pedals you have. I'm going to show you how to do it both ways. The first thing you need to find out is what kind of tool you'll need to put your pedals on. I'm probably not going to use these pedals for this bike when I actually go out and ride it, but I do want to show you that these pedals have the slot right here for a pedal wrench, and they also have the place for an Allen key. So I will be using these pedals for the install video just so I can show you both tools and how to do it. The other thing to note is that pedals generally have a label on it, like an L and an R. So you know which is the left side and which is the right side of the bike to put the pedals on. The drive side, the side with the gears, that's the right side of the bike. The threads on the right side of the bike are your regular standard clockwise threads, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, regular stuff. The left side of the bike, they're actually reversed. That is the hardest thing to remember about pedals. Right side of the bike, right way to put your pedals on. Left side of the bike is all screwed up. All right, that's all I can give you. So let's put these babies on. I will use the right ones first, and we'll put them on the bike. The first thing I do is I do apply a thin coat of grease to the threads. Okay, you don't have to go crazy with this, but you do want some grease on the threads so they don't get seized inside of the cranks. The next thing you do is you gently start the threads by hand. Okay? And screw these on the best you can with your fingers. Let me explain to you why you want to do this. There's something called cross-threading. What that means is either the threads are not aligned or there's some gunk in there and you're like, it's not going on, but I'm just going to push even harder because I'm right and these threads are wrong. Well, what happens is the threads are going to win and you're going to lose. You're going to screw up the threads and then you won't even get to get the pedals back on again. At that point, you'll have to recut the threads. If you don't have the tool, you need to take it to the bike shop and have them recut the threads because you ripped them up. And if you're really, really screwed it up, you may even have to drill the threads out and put, it's something called a Healy coil, but you'll have to put a space, a rethreading device, you know, a little thing in there. It's the best I can tell you is it's a little thing. And they're new threads, and you got to put those in there. So just take your time. It's not a big deal. Don't cross-thread the threads. Now that I have my pedals started by hand, I'll put the pedal wrench on. And when this one, you're simply going to pedal the bicycle backwards. This is a little easier for me to do right now because I don't have the chain on the bike. But even if you did have the chain on the bike, as long as your bike is in a bike stand, you'll have no problem. Okay, the pedal came to a stop. You don't have to crank these things on. Just a little nudge, and you're good. Okay, that's all you have to do. Now let's go put the left pedal on. Same thing, you want to put it on gently with your fingers. Now the nice thing about working this way on the bike is even though the threads on the left side of the bike are reversed, the motion you're going to use is the same. So I'm still going to twist it clockwise to put it on the back of the bike. All right, so you may be thinking, well, Gene, you just said the left side of the bike is reversed. Yeah, I am. I didn't lie to you. But remember, I'm facing the bike. These threads are now turned around. If I was on the other side of the bike, I would have to be turning it the other way. That's why I'm trying to give you little tips over here to make it a little easier for you. Since I'm facing this way of the bike, the motion I'm using to put the threads on is actually the same. So that means if I put my pedal wrench on here, and I pedal the bike backwards, just like I did before, this is also going to put the pedal on, and eventually I'll get it tight. Here I am, snug, little snug, and it's on. My pedals are installed. Doesn't take much to put them on. I've got my pedals on the bike, piece of cake. Let's take the pedal wrench out again, take these pedals off, and then we'll reinstall them again with the Allen key, and that's about everything I could possibly show you right now on pedals. So let's take these things off now. So if pedaling backwards and giving it a nudge will tighten them, then that means if you hold the other side and give it a push backwards, it'll break the pedal free, which it did. And now you're just going to spin the bike around and take the pedals off. So now, rather than pedaling backwards, which will tighten it, I'll pedal forward and my pedals will come off, okay? And I'm gonna do this by hand right now. I just don't want to scratch the cranks up, all right? Take your time when you get to the end so you don't screw up the threads. My pedal's off. Let's go do the back of the bike. Remember, if pedaling backwards will tighten it, if I pedal the bike forward, okay, it's going to break it free. Now remember, I'm just installing these for the first time on here. They haven't been ridden, they haven't been in the weather. They're coming on and off very easy. This is why I'm really trying to like drill in there the direction that you have to go. Because what happens is these things get stuck and then you're cranking on the pedal wrench and you're like, well, wait, is it lefty, righty? I don't know which one's tighter. I'm trying to do this on purpose. I'm really trying to like grind in which way things work. So when the pedals are stuck and you got to get some leverage and you really got to crank that sucker off, you don't go the wrong way and seriously screw up your cranks. Okay, I'm just going to go and spin this off right now. Okay, now this pedal's been removed. We'll put them back on again. This time we're going to use the Allen wrench. The only real difference here is that I can't spin the pedals around. Okay, so now when I put this on here, same thing, I want to start it by hand, take my time, okay? And this time I'm going to do a little bit more by hand. I can do that because my threads are clean and they're greased. It's very easy to do this. But now I take my Allen wrench, I'll do it right over here, okay? And I'm going to tighten it. Now, if you're nervous and you're not sure which way, notice I'm still pedaling backwards, right? I'll put that in there. I can pedal backwards, just like I did with the pedal wrench. There you go. Oh, it's tight. It's tight. So what am I going to do now? Just a little bit. That's it, folks. Don't go crazy with these. Let's go do the other one now. There we go, we're in. It does get a little bit easier on this side because I could just put this right through, okay, and just start spinning. That's in there, same thing. Put this on here, we're going to pedal backwards, just like we did a moment ago, to tighten it up, give it a little nudge. There we go. That's my RGMTB torque wrench. Okay. And that's it, okay? We installed the pedals twice, all right? You're either gonna need a pedal wrench or you're gonna need an Allen key. I highly recommend adding a pedal wrench to your toolbox because sometimes if pedals are hard to remove, this baby comes in really, really handy. Okay, something else I want you to be aware of, I've got a bash guard on here, but with bikes that are not using a bash guard, you could accidentally hurt your knuckles pretty bad on the teeth of your chain ring. Always put the chain, if you have the chain on, put the chain on there and leave it there so you don't hurt your fingers. All right, most of us are running 1-bys right now, so you're only going to have the chain in one spot. But if you have a 2-by, put the chain on the outer ring where it's most exposed to your knuckles. Just want you to be safe. That's all there is to this video. You've seen how to install your pedals. I hope this was helpful. And we're getting really close to riding this thing. I think we're going to put the chain on next, and then we'll tune up the whole drivetrain and move forward. So stay tuned. Thanks a lot for watching.